Hello and welcome. Thanks for clicking on the video. Today we're just going to have a look at the Tigerxbang stand-up paddleboard. I'll put a link in the description. I got mine for half price, which at full price they seem quite dear, but I got mine for under £200, and to me that's an absolute bargain. So yeah, I'll put an Amazon link, and if they're full price, which is £400+, just keep an eye on it, because they seem to have sales all the time. If you can get it half price, more power to you. I'll talk you through some of the specifications, then we'll have a look at exactly what you get in the packaging, and I'll take you through the inflation process and getting it all set up for the water, and then we'll get out on the water and I'll give you my thoughts. So as I say, Tigerxbang stand-up paddleboard. This one's in black and white, ideal for a beginner, ideal for someone who just wants to get out on the water and have a bit of fun. It's 3 meters 20 long, 80 centimeters wide and about 15 centimeters thick. Body's made of polyvinyl chloride with a PVC rail band, which is essentially a bumper to stop you from bursting it on thistly things. Got 5mm diamond grooved EVA deck, which is non-slip. You've got 2 built-in fins, and then you've got the central detachable fin. Comes with a leg leash at the end, as well as the carry handle in the middle. You've got one at the front. You've got some bungee storage at the front as well, which is all held on with these metal D-rings. Comes with a seat, this one, which is amazing. It flips down, it's detachable, you don't need it on, but it's held on again by metal attachments, metal D-rings. The recommended weight limit for this board is 150 kilos, but I've been on it with my 13-year-old daughter and a bag, and you know, it was no problem at all. Comes with a very cool, very usable storage bag and a dual action pump. I've had this paddleboard about a month, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. I've been out a few times on it, no complaints whatsoever at the moment. I'll take you through what's in the bag, how to set it up, and then we'll get out on the water. Okay, so this is how it comes packed up as a carry bag. I'm actually really impressed with this. I've had inflatable kayaks and things, and the carry bags can be a little bit fragile. This one is actually decent. It's backpack style, so you can, you know, strap it to your back and walk along. The board weight is 11.5 kilos, so with the extras in here, you're probably no more than 12.5, 13 kilos. So it's reasonable to carry. Got the zip that runs all the way around, but you've also got these clips to just, you know, give the zip a fighting chance of staying intact. It's a well thought out carry system. You've got a handle on the top, so like a decent carry system it is. The lid comes right off. So we've got a fold down seat, we've got the pump, got the tail fin, instruction manual, got a paddle that snaps into 3 pieces, and then the hose for the pump. We've also got a repair kit, though they do stress that there is no glue in there, so if you want the repair kit to be functional, you've got to buy yourself some glue. And then the board itself. You also got the ankle strap, which is detachable, but I attached mine and I've left it on there. Right, so lay your board out. You've got this bit of strapping to help hold it together. That can come off. You've got these fin protectors on here. So you've got 2 fins that are built in, as well as the detachable one. These ones are smaller. To unroll your board. And this is what they call a Bravo air valve, and the board can take up to 15 psi, but 11 is all you need. You got this, push it down or have it sticking up. When it's down like that, that's letting air out. When it's sticking up, that is locked, so no air can escape. So you have it on that for pumping it up. Take your end of the pump, it's a funny shaped thing. In it goes, twist it round, and that's in, it's not coming out. Okay, so you've got a gauge on the pump, 15 psi is there, which is what the board can take up to, but recommended is about 11, just over 11, and that is a workout, I'll tell you that. When you're pumping, you've got this little stopper here, keep that closed to start with, and then as it gets harder and harder to get air in, you can undo that, and that lets some air get sucked in here as well, which makes pumping a lot easier when you get to the sort of latter stages. 2 feet on the pump, and away you go. It must be said, this is a bit of a workout. It's not the easiest thing in the world to pump up. You've got to force quite a lot of air in here to get the PSI up. So it's a marathon, not a sprint. I've got an inflatable kayak and I can blow that up in, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. This is a good 10-15 minute job, and as it gets fuller, it gets harder and harder to pump. So when you take that stopper out, you know, it goes back to being as easy as this to pump, but it's still a chore, so just relax. So that, you can feel that the board is, you know, reasonably solid, but on the gauge we're not even on the scale yet, so we've got a long way to go till we get to 11 psi. Right, 11 and a half. Oh. I said it was about 10 minutes. But I'm warmed up. So, last job. Let's put the detachable fin on. This can be a bit stiff. Get it lined up. Give it a bit of a whack. And then slot the little key in. That just slots in there. Like so. And then to get it out, you just pop it out, bash that off the other way, job done. So in terms of quality, pump, I bought 2 of these, one for me and one for my wife. And my pump has a slight whistle, my wife's pump doesn't. So in terms of quality, there's nothing wrong with this, it's just got a slight annoying whistle. It's a decent pump, it does the job. I like the gauge on it, I like that you put your feet on it. You know, you get plenty of air in at a time, so no complaints really. Quality of the paddle, I think it's a decent paddle, to be fair. It's aluminium. This bit just pops in with a little snap, one of those metal things. And then the top one is adjustable, so you push it all the way down, clip it into place for sitting down or kneeling down, and then when you stand up, adjust it to your height. It's got measurements on the side, and snap it into place where you want it. It's got a comfy grip on the top, sits in your hand nicely. Best thing about this paddleboard that I've found, you get a seat. Some paddleboards have a seat attachment. This one has the seat attachment, but you get the seat with it as well, which is great, and the seat is very comfy. I'll show you how to fit it. So you've got these 4 D-rings that are on there nice and solid. Slap the seat in the middle, and you attach the lower ones to the back. Put the seat where you want it, and the ones at the top just strap at this end, like so. You just adjust the seat, and then when you sit on that, holds it in place. You've got these bits here that you can tighten. If you're not sitting up enough, just yank on them. But when you're not using it, it can just fold down, and it's pretty unobtrusive. It's nowhere near where you're standing. I think it's a great addition. Right, storage bag's on, my dry bag's on. Do recommend a dry bag, keeping your stuff safe. Today's paddle, I'm out with my wife, and Yeah, we're on the River Wey, which is we're in Surrey. We live in Hampshire, and you know, there are waterways around that you can paddleboard on, but you do have to have a waterways license. Just if you're thinking of getting a paddleboard, that's another thing to be aware of. I think it's £45 a year for if you go to, I think it's British Canoeing, you can pay for a waterways license, which lets you on most rivers and canals. And you know, you might get asked to show your membership, which I've been paddling for maybe 3 or 4 years, kayaks and stuff. I've been asked to show it once, but it's, you know, it's peace of mind to know that you've got the relevant permissions, shall we say. But yeah, £45 a year plus a one-off payment for something like this, and you get limitless enjoyment. So if you're considering a stand-up paddleboard, you know, I'd say go for it. It is lovely being out on the water, and this particular board, so I've only had it a month, but I've got no issues with it. I think it's really cool. It's very stable in the water. You know, you rock it from side to side. I'm only kneeling down at the moment, but yeah, when you stand up, it's reasonably stable. You do have to kind of, you know, take your time. Don't just jump on it and stand up. As a beginner or intermediate board, this one's pretty good. And as a board, you know, I don't have a whole lot of experience with them, but it feels very robust. I like the rubberized bumper around it. Makes you feel a bit safer, you know, donking into concrete kind of docking areas, or, you know, sort of thorny edges of rivers and stuff. You've got to bear in mind it is an inflatable, so you do have to be careful with it if you want it to last. But yeah, I think the build quality is pretty good, and it has felt very robust, and I felt very safe on it. And packing it away is a you know, simple case of, you know, letting the air out. I like to dry it off. I keep a little micro towel and just give it a wipe round. But yeah, roll it up, put it back in the bag nice and dry. If you don't dry it at the riverside, then take it home and get it out and dry it off in your, you know, living room or whatever. But you know, you gotta look after these things, and they'll look after you. But it's easy to get it back in the bag. You know, it all fits in. There's plenty of room. It zips up nicely, and as I say, it's light enough to carry on your back without any great effort. So getting it back in the bag, I do seat first, skeg, emergency kit, and the board, paddle down the side, and then pump last. I do pump last because it seems the most fragile thing. Carefully zip it up. together and you're good to go. And you've got a chest strap as well, keep it level. No waist strap, but it's fine. You're not going to be hiking up a mountain with it, but you know, it's definitely carryable. So that's it then. That is the Tigerxbang stand-up paddleboard. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again.